Hello and welcome back to Chatting in English. I'm Sarah, and I want you to open your calendar. Scroll to next week. How many of those hours are truly yours? Not for pre-scheduled work, not for obligatory meetings, but for deep thought, for strategy, for the work that actually defines your career and your value.
And I'm William. A 2024 study from the Harvard Business Review and the Productivity Institute analyzed over 10,000 knowledge workers. The finding was stark. The average professional now has only 31 minutes of uninterrupted, discretionary focus time per day. The rest is consumed by what they termed reactive coordination, responding to the digital flood of requests, messages, and quick questions.
We have reached a state of collective attention bankruptcy. Our cognitive capital, our focus, our creative energy, our strategic capacity is oversubscribed. We are borrowing from tomorrow's attention to pay for today's interruptions, and the interest is compounding in burnout, mediocrity, and resentment.
In this economy, your most valuable asset is not your ability to do more. It is your ability to decide what not to do. The word yes has become the default, the path of least resistance in a culture of faux urgency and collaborative overload. But every yes is de facto a no to something else, to your priorities, your health, your best work.
Today, we are not advocating for becoming the office no person, the inflexible blocker. We are teaching the most sophisticated professional skill of the 21st century, the art of the strategic no, setting boundaries and prioritizing in a digital flood. This is the skill that protects your genius, amplifies your impact, and paradoxically makes you more valuable and respected than any yes man or yes woman could ever be.
We will move from the cognitive science of boundary erosion through a taxonomic taxonomy of no for every digital scenario: the email, the Slack ping, the calendar invite, the vague request. We will build a personal prioritization matrix that makes no an objective, defensible octave strategy. Finally, we will design systemic filters to automate protection before requests even reach you.
But to master this art, we must first understand the enemy. William, what are the psychological and technological forces that have made no so terrifyingly difficult to say?
We are fighting a war on 4 fronts, Sarah. Front 1, the digital frictionlessness of yes. Saying yes is a one-click act: accept on a calendar invite, thumbs up in Slack, sure in an email. Saying no requires composition, justification, emotional labor. The architecture of our tools is biased toward assent.
Front 2, the collapse of contextual cues. In an office, you could see someone was busy. Headphones on, deep in flow. Your physical presence communicated capacity. Digitally, we all appear equally available. The green dot, the active status, creates the illusion of perpetual readiness. Our door is always open, so people walk in constantly.
Front 3, the cultural stigma of no. We have conflated helpfulness with perpetual availability. We fear no will be seen as not being a team player, as lacking ambition, or as selfish. This is reinforced by organizational cultures that reward reactivity over intentionality. The person who saves the day by working all night is celebrated, while the person who strategically avoids the crisis is invisible.
Front 4, the personal identity trap. For high achievers, our self-worth is often tied to our capacity to deliver, to be the go-to person. Saying no feels like an admission of inability or a reduction of our value. We are addicted to being needed.
The consequence is what researchers call cognitive scatter. Our attention becomes a diffuse, low-value resource. We become professional dilettantes, skimming the surface of many tasks, masters of none. The strategic no is the act of declaring, my attention is a high-value, concentrated asset, and I will deploy it with intention.
Our framework today is built on this declaration. We progress through 4 masteries. Mastery 1, the fortress mindset, internal psychology. Mastery 2, the tactical lexicon, verbal/written scripts. Mastery 3, the prioritization matrix, decision architecture. Mastery 4, the systemic filter, environmental design.
We begin not with what to say, but with who you must become. We must fortify the mind before we can defend the calendar.
The fortress is not a wall against people. It is a structure to protect what is inside, your focused capacity to create exceptional value. Building it starts with a fundamental cognitive reframe. You must transition from a scarcity mindset to a fiduciary mindset.
The scarcity mindset says, if I say no, I will miss out.
I will lose influence. I will be seen as incapable. I must say yes to everything to prove my worth. This mindset views attention as an infinite, low-value resource to be spent freely.
The fiduciary mindset says, I am the steward of a scarce, high-value asset, my focused attention and expertise. My primary duty is to deploy this asset where it generates the highest return, for my key goals, my team's mission, my organization's strategy. Every allocation must be justified against this fiduciary duty.
This reframe is liberating. It transforms no from an act of rejection into an act of professional stewardship. You are not saying no to a person, you are saying yes to a higher order commitment. This is the cornerstone of the fortress mindset.
Now we install the 3 pillars of the fortress. Pillar 1, the predefined yes. You cannot strategically say no unless you have first explicitly defined what gets a hell yes. This is your personal strategic filter. Before the week begins, you must be able to state, my yes is reserved for tasks that A. Directly advance my top 3 quarterly goals, B. Utilize my unique zone of genius, C. Have a clear, high-impact outcome for our core mission. If a request doesn't pass this filter, it is a candidate for no by default.
Pillar 2, the valuation of interruption cost. Most requests are evaluated in isolation. This will only take 15 minutes. This is a catastrophic error. You must internalize the cognitive switch tax established by Dr. Sophie Leroy's research at the University of Washington. It takes an average of 23 minutes to fully regain deep focus after a context switch, even for a quick question.
Therefore, that 15-minute request has a real cost of 38 minutes of your highest value cognitive time. You must start mentally pricing requests not in their stated duration, but in their total cognitive cost. Would you spend 38 minutes of your best brain on this? This calculus makes many easy yeses become obvious nos.
Pillar 3, the separation of identity from availability. Your professional value is not measured in your response time or your meeting attendance. It is measured in the quality and impact of your output. You must decouple your sense of self-worth from the ping of immediate responsiveness. Practice this mantra. I am not paid to be available. I am paid to be effective.
To cement this mindset, adopt the weekly boundary ritual. Every Sunday evening or Monday morning, a 20-minute session. Review your predefined yes filter. Time block your sacred focus hours. Literally block 2 to 3 hour chunks in your calendar, labeled your name, deep work. Treat these with the sanctity of a board meeting with the CEO. Set your digital status proactively. Set your /team status for the week. Deep work M/T mornings, available for syncs W/T afternoons. You are broadcasting your capacity, not hiding it.
With your mind fortified by the fiduciary mindset and the 3 pillars, you are now prepared for battle. But you need weapons, specific, graceful, unassailable ways to say no. This is not about one phrase. It's about a full lexicon for different threat levels.
A clumsy no damages relationships. A strategic no strengthens them by setting clear expectations and modeling focused work. Our lexicon is organized by the vector of the request, the channel and context it arrives in.
Scenario 1, the unscheduled synchronous intrusion. The Slack/Teams DM. Hey, got a minute? Or the colleague who calls without warning. This is the most damaging type of request because it demands immediate cognitive surrender.
Script, the scheduled acknowledgement. Do not reply yes or immediately jump on a call. Do reply, hi name, I'm in the middle of something focused right now, but I want to give you my full attention. Can we schedule 15 minutes at offer 2 to 3 specific times later in the day or next morning? Please send over any context in the meantime so I can come prepared.
Why it works. It validates their need. I want to give you my full attention. Protects your focus, teaches them to schedule with you, and encourages async context sharing, which often resolves the issue without a meeting. It transforms a reactive intrusion into a planned, productive interaction.
Scenario 2, the low-value meeting invite. The calendar invite for a meeting with a vague title, no agenda, and 12 attendees.
Script, the agenda-based counter. Reply to the organizer, not reply all initially. Thanks for inviting me to meeting name. To ensure I can contribute effectively, could you share the agenda and the specific role you'd like me to play? Also, given my current priorities on your key project, I need to assess if this is the best use of my time. Happy to review the notes if my live presence isn't critical.
Why it works. It forces clarity and often exposes meetings that shouldn't exist.
It grounds your potential no in your stated priorities, Mastery 1. It offers a lower-cost alternative, Review Notes. Most importantly, it makes you a catalyst for better meeting culture.
Scenario 3. The new project or request outside your core. Can you just take a quick look at this? Or, we need you on this new initiative.
Script. The Priority Transparency Framework. I appreciate you thinking of me for this. Let me check my commitments. Currently, my focus is on delivering X project by date and Y goal. To take this on, I would need to deprioritize one of those. Can we align with your manager/their manager on which has higher strategic priority?
Why it works? You are not saying no to the person. You are inviting a strategic conversation about trade-offs. You escalate the decision to the level where prioritization should happen. You become a responsible manager of organizational resources, not just your own.
Scenario 4. The vague, large-scale ask. We should pick your brain sometime. Or, can you help with the onboarding?
Script. The scope-bounding yes if. I'd be happy to help. To make sure it's valuable, could you define the specific outcome you need? For example, a one-page guide for new hires on using our CRM? If you can send me the draft questions or a one-paragraph brief, I can block 30 minutes on Thursday to review and record my thoughts.
Why it works. It converts a vague, open-ended drain into a specific, bounded, time-boxed contribution. The yes is conditional on their work to define the need, which often they won't do, functionally letting the request die without you ever saying no.
Scenario 5. The urgent last-minute fire drill. We need this done by EOD. It's an emergency.
Script. The triage protocol. Diagnose. Understood. To triage properly, what is the business impact if this isn't done today? Is this a regulatory, client-facing, or revenue-blocking issue? Trade-off. I can reprioritize, but it will delay your current high-priority task by timeframe. Is that an acceptable trade-off? I need confirmation from stakeholder/manager to make that shift. Process feedback. For future planning, can we establish a protocol for urgent requests to avoid last-minute impacts on planned work?
Why it works. It separates true emergencies from poor planning. It makes the cost of the fire drill visible and requires accountability for the trade-off. It pushes towards process improvement.
Across all scripts, note the common grammar. Acknowledge, state your reality/principles, offer a conditional path forward, invite collaboration. Never just, sorry, I'm busy. That is a dead end. Your no is a redirect, not a rejection.
But to deploy this lexicon confidently, you need an objective basis for decision-making. You need a system that turns subjective feelings of overwhelm into clear, defensible priorities.
When faced with a request, you should not be deciding in the moment. You should be consulting a pre-built protocol. The prioritization matrix is that protocol. It is a personal algorithm that runs the request through your fiduciary filter and spits out a clear action. Hell yes, delegate, delay, or no.
We will build the impact afferent matrix, but supercharged for the digital age. Most matrices are vague. Ours uses specific binary questions.
Access 1. Strategic impact. Does this task A. Directly advance one of my top 3 quarterly goals? Yes, no. B. Utilize my unique skills in a way no one else on the team can? Yes, no. C. Have a clear, measurable outcome for a core company metric? Yes, no. Score? 2 or 3 yes equals high impact. 1 yes equals medium impact. 0 yes equals low impact.
Axis 2. Total effort cost. This is not time, it's TCE, total cognitive expenditure. Estimate the direct time to complete, plus the cognitive switch tax, 23 minutes for each context switch it will require, plus the administrative drag, time for follow-ups, coordination. Score, less than 1 hour TCE equals low effort, 1 to 4 hours equals medium effort, greater than 4 hours equals high effort.
Now plot the request on the matrix. High impact, low effort. Quick win. Do it immediately or schedule it soon. High impact, high effort. Major project. This is your sacred work. Time block it fiercely. Low impact, low effort. Delegation or automation. Can someone else learn from this? Can it be templatized? Low impact, high effort. Strategic no. This is the primary target of our lexicon. These are the value vampires.
To operationalize this, create a request inbox, a specific place, a listing Todoist, a column in Trello, an email folder, where all non-critical requests go to be processed in batches twice a day. You never respond from a notification. You process from the inbox, running each through the matrix.
The role of delegation as a form of no. Saying no to doing it yourself, but yes to it getting done is a masterful move, but delegation requires a delegate up framework. You must have ready 1. A list of junior team members looking for growth in Area X. 2. A list of tools or templates that can automate parts of the task. 3. A brief handoff script. This is a great opportunity to get exposure to skill X. I've outlined the goal and key steps here, link to template. I'm happy to review your first draft.
The delay tactic. Sometimes not now is more palatable than no. Use a someday maybe list for medium impact, medium effort tasks that are not urgent. Review this list quarterly. Most items on it will become irrelevant, saving you the effort of a no.
This matrix turns you from a reactive node into a CEO of your own attention. But even CEOs need systems to filter out noise before it hits their desk. We must engineer our digital environment to say no for us automatically and preemptively.
The ultimate mastery is to reduce the number of no's you have to give by designing your digital workspace to filter and shape inbound requests according to your rules. This is proactive boundary architecture.
Filter Layer 1, the communication charter. Publicly share your working norms. Pin a message in your team's Slack. My working rhythms. I do deep work MWF mornings, CAM off, DND. Best for syncs, T through FF afternoons. For quick questions, please DM. For complex asks, please email of context. I batch process messages at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. This is not a complaint. It's a professional courtesy that sets expectations.
Filter Layer 2, the automated calendar defender. Use calendar tools like Clockwise or Reclaim.ai to automatically defend your focus blocks, find optimal meeting times, and buffer meetings. Set your calendar to automatically decline meetings that A. have no agenda, B. are scheduled in your focus blocks, C. are last minute without urgent in the title.
Filter Layer 3, the async first protocol. Institute a team rule. Default to async. If it can be resolved in 3 Slack messages or a Loom video, it shouldn't be a meeting. Create shared templates for project requests that force clarity. Objective, blank. Success metric, blank. Required input, blank. Deadline, blank. This forces requesters to do the thinking up front, filtering out half-baked asks.
Filter Layer 4, the notification armory. This is surgical. Turn off all desktop notifications for email, Slack, Teams. All. Use Do Not Disturb schedules religiously. Set them to auto-enable during focus blocks. Use channel-specific muting. Mute all non-critical channels, social channels, and announcement channels. You can check them once a day. Use email filters or rules to automatically label, categorize, or archive low-priority senders, company newsletters, marketing blasts.
Filter Layer 5, the office hours model. Instead of being perpetually available, block 2 to 3 one-hour office hour slots per week. Tell your team, for ad hoc help, I have open office hours, link to booking page. Please come with specific questions. This batches interruptions, respects your focus time, and often leads to people solving their own problems.
The philosophical core. You are teaching people how to work with you. Every graceful no, every defended focus block, every auto-reply that says, I'm in deep work until 1 p.m. is a lesson. Over time, your environment adapts. People learn to send better requests, to respect your rhythms, and to value your focused output over your constant presence.
Saying no strategically is not the end of collaboration. It is the foundation of high-quality collaboration. It ensures that when you do say yes, you are fully present, capable, and delivering your best work. It transforms you from a bottleneck into a beacon of focused excellence.
Start small this week. Implement one filter. Use one script from the lexicon. Run your requests through the matrix just once. Feel the muscle of intentionality begin to strengthen.
In the digital flood, the most powerful act is not to build a higher wall, but to install a sophisticated irrigation system, one that lets in the nourishing water of important work while diverting the floodwaters of distraction.
Next time, we complete this arc by looking outward. Digital mentorship, growing others and scaling your impact remotely.
Until then, remember, your attention is the signature on the work of your life. Make it a deliberate, bold, and valuable one.
Keep focusing.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Truly, every episode feels special because you show up, listen, and make this community what it is. William and I pour our hearts into these conversations, and knowing that you're out there, tuning in, growing with us, and sharing your thoughts, it means more than we can ever say. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you of something important. This podcast isn't just something you listen to, it's something you're a part of. Your support helps us keep creating, keep improving, and keep bringing you deeper, better, more meaningful episodes every single week. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please hit that subscribe button on your favorite platform. It helps us reach more people who'd love this content just as much as you do. And if you can, leave us a quick rating or review. It truly goes a long way. You can also follow us on social media, send us your questions, or share topics you want us to explore next. We love hearing from you, and your ideas often shape future episodes. Thank you again for being here. Stay curious, stay kind, and stay connected. Until next time, this is Sarah, signing off with gratitude and love. Don't forget, subscribe, share, and keep the conversation going. We'll see you in the next episode.
All right, everyone. Before we close out today's episode, I just want to take a moment to say a huge thank you. Seriously, you could be anywhere right now, but you chose to spend your time with us. That means everything. Every message, every share, every moment you tune in helps this podcast grow into something bigger than we ever imagined. Sarah and I are truly grateful for this community. This show exists because of listeners like you, and it continues because you keep showing up. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. We've got so many exciting stories, ideas, and discussions coming up, and I don't want you missing even a single one. Hit that subscribe button, follow us online, and stay connected with the conversation. And if you enjoyed today's episode, take just a few seconds to leave a rating or a short review. It helps more than you know. It pushes the podcast forward and helps new listeners discover our community. We always want to hear from you too. Drop your episode suggestions, your questions, or your thoughts. You inspire so much of what we create. All right, that's it for today. Thank you again for listening. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and remember to subscribe. This is William, signing off, and I'll see you in the next episode.